Hey, Swoop, how you doing? Good evening, good evening. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. It's cooled off a little bit. It's still kind of warm out here, but no, it's cooled off a little bit. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Swoop. Hey, Sonya. I got two S's in the building. Sonya says, "Hey, Lance Pride in chat. You're good, Swoop. That's good to hear." So today is Tuesday, y'all. How has your week been so far? How has your week been so far? Tomorrow is Hump Day. Tomorrow is Hump Day. Hump Day. Hump Day. Hump Day. It's kind of quiet today. It's kind of quiet out here today. I still hear the crickets, of course. Y'all know I look forward to the crickets and to the birds. The birds are out heavy during the mornings and afternoons. This time of day, here they go. There they go. There they go. The crickets get loud. So I hope you guys have stayed as cool as possible. I hope you've been laying cool, staying cool, and being cool. Sometimes you have to just kind of lay cool, like lay low. Stay out of the way. Make sure you're not in any drama or any unnecessary roughness. You know, at home, at work, out in the community. You just have to kind of just lay low, watch and observe things. So yes, like sometimes it's just best to do that. Lay low, be quiet, be low, and just observe. Be it at home. Sometimes everything doesn't require a response. Sometimes if you just don't respond, you'll find that you'll avoid a lot of arguments. Or, you know, sometimes no response is the best response. And as a younger lady, younger person, not all young people, some young people are very cool, calm, and their demeanor, they're very mature for their age. Some people are mature when it comes to certain things. But with me, you know, I felt like everything, not everything, but most things deserved a response. But nah, for your peace, for your for your positive frame of mind, for just a good frame of mind, everything doesn't deserve a response. Not all the time, not all the time. Yeah, yeah, I'm starting to see that. You're never too old to learn, and sometimes the best lessons are through experience, but sometimes the best lessons are by watching others go through experiences. And sometimes, you know, it's just like you're never too old to learn. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I don't think that's true. Maybe when it comes to dogs, but when we're talking about humans, I think we're never too old to learn. We're never too old to steer in a direction that gives us peace of mind or a better frame of mind. So I think that's what we should strive to do, no matter what age, even if you're younger. Listen to your people. Hey, Spiky, welcome to the live, Spiky. Even if you're younger, listen. Teach an old person. I mean, teach a young person something. Listen to an old person. Teach a young person something. Listen to an old person. No, that's a good rule of thumb. But I feel like we should listen to all ages. We should listen. All ages are teachable, and all ages have something to teach, even babes. Hence the saying from the mouth of babes. So even babes have something to teach us. Even their actions have something to teach us. Is their vocabulary as broad? No. Have they had many experiences? No. Some children have. Some toddlers have. They've had lots of experiences. But when they say from the mouths of babes, I truly do believe that no matter what your age is, you can teach someone something. You can teach someone something who's younger than you, who's your age, and who's older than you. Sonia says, has anyone tried green tea with the ginger plus probiotics? I have not. I have not. Has anyone in the chat tried that? Swoop, Spiky, have you guys tried green tea with ginger plus probiotics? Who is it by, Sonia? What brand is it? It sounds good. That sounds really good. To be honest, yeah, that sounds really good. I guess he forgot something. Yeah, this guy just jumped in his car. um, like within the past 2 minutes, he went down the street and turned around, and came right back. Have you guys ever done that? Like, I'm sure you have, but it can be so nerve wracking to get in your car. Bigelow, is that right? Is that House of Bigelow? I haven't tried that. I've seen that brand. I've seen that brand though. I have seen the brand. I thought I thought is it do they make soft drinks too, Science? But they are the purest at heart and unfiltered. Yes, yes, Swoop, they are. Babes are the purest at heart and they're unfiltered. They're definitely unfiltered and they're definitely pure. And it's so sad that sometimes when you see a young child, of course we have to kind of tame what they say sometimes, teach them that no, don't say this or don't say that. But it's sad when you see little children who are almost afraid to talk. They're almost afraid to speak. And those children like that, they have a lot of knowledge. Because guess what? If they're afraid to speak, when you find children who are afraid to speak, that means they've probably been through a lot. To me, that means they've probably been through a lot. Now, you have some children who are just going to be quiet. When they grow up, their parents will tell you, their family will tell you, they were always quiet. Even as a child, they were quiet. But a lot of times, you know, you have people who they're quiet as, older children and adults, but they were talkative as kids. And sometimes when you find kids who just don't speak a lot or won't speak a lot, sometimes they've one either been through traumatic things, or two, they have really, really, really strict parents who don't just, make them be quiet when they're talking a little bit too much, but they almost have to ask for permission to talk. And that's sad because I think that can kind of stunt a child's vocabulary, kind of stunt their growth as far as their vocabulary goes. You got it from Safeway. I've seen it. I've seen it at Walmart. I've seen it at Walmart. I think that's where I saw it. Walmart and Target. You haven't tried it, Swoop? It sounds good. It may not be sodas, but I've seen them make something else. I've seen them make some type of drink. So it may be teas. For some reason, I want to say they make, because I can picture their logo. So that's why I know what you're talking about, because I can picture their logo. Sonya, I am not going. Swoop, they stifle them. Right, right. Swoop, they stifle them. Yes. There's a difference in kind of reeling them in and making sure that they don't talk too much or, over talk. Because sometimes children are unfiltered. Like you said, they're pure and they'll put some things out that they don't need to put out. But there's a line between, doing that and stifling them. That's a great word for it. Stifle. They stifle them. They stifle them. That's absolutely right. And you can tell because the expression on their face and their body language, they won't dare talk. You know, they won't dare talk. And if they do talk, it's like if someone says something to them other than their parent or whoever they're with, it's almost like the person has to tell them, it's okay, you can answer. It's okay, you can talk. Right. They don't grow to their fullest potential. Right. Right. You know, but hopefully some can get out of that situation. Some, you know, now if it's not to the point where they're being abused, and it's just kind of like you kind of, just like stifle them, like you said, but it's not really so much as abusive, but it's um it's kind of holding them back. It kind of holds them back. So when they do grow up, some of them they decide I'm not going to let that happen to me anymore. So sometimes, you know, they can they can come up out of that and be like, okay, as a child, I could barely say anything. And and sometimes they just break loose. They break loose and they come out of that, which is good as long as they don't break out of it in a bad way. In a bad way. Because think about it. Nothing feels, I bet nothing feels as good as when you feel like chains have been broken. So when they get a little bit more mature and they get a little bit older, it's really sad because I do think that most of them probably stay stifled. They probably get in relationships whereas the man or woman tells them, don't do this and don't do that. They quickly, they quickly, they're just like, okay, you can kind of just boss them around and rule them. But some are totally the opposite. I think it's kind of like when people see that their parents or someone close to them is a drug user or an alcoholic, they may follow that path, but some go the complete opposite. They go the complete opposite. Sonia says, listening while on my treadmill. Good, Sonia, good, good, good. Anybody else got a treadmill, got a bike? Get on it. Get on it. If you haven't gotten on it, haven't felt like it, while you're in this live, get on your treadmill. If you happen to come across this live when it's over, get on your treadmill, get on your bike, get on your elliptical, move, move, move. If you don't feel like doing that and you have some weights, lift some weights, do some leg curls, do some arm curls, work out in some way. But definitely, definitely, even if you don't do weight training, I encourage any and everybody do some type of cardio. Please do some type of cardio. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to be the gold medal winner. You don't have to win medals. Just get up and move. Get up and move for good health. Get up and move to keep your joints lubricated, as I always tell you. And just get up to kind of free your mind, kind of get your mind off of other things. I always exercise first before I come on here, because that's just when I spend time with me. That's my me time. I exercise and then I get off and I come on here and I really, really enjoy exercising. And that's why I don't do it online because it's just me time. But I come on and do my cool off and my cool down on here because then that's a perfect time for me to kind of slow down, get everything back to normal and have conversation with people. 45 minutes tops. Sonia, not Sonia. When you do 45 minutes, don't you sometimes want to stay on for like another 5 and another 5 and another 5? That's how I am. Sometimes it's like, I'll say, well, I'm going to do 30 today. Maybe I'm pushed for time. Sometimes I'm running late because I want to get there. It's like once I get started, I want to keep going. And sometimes I just want to keep going because it just feels good to have that time to yourself and to just be, to work out. To work out is good for your mind, it's good for your body. And then sometimes you just want to see, how long you can go. Just because you do an hour today doesn't mean you have to do an hour tomorrow. Just because you did 45 minutes today doesn't mean you have to do 45 minutes tomorrow. Just try and get at least 30 minutes, 30 minutes of continuous nonstop cardio. And again, you don't have to run a marathon. Just get out and walk. Get out and walk. Just take a stroll. Soup says I had a weekend stay at a hotel and I took the stairs the whole time. Right, right, yes, yes. Um, years ago, when I first, just tried to get into the mindset of, okay, I want to exercise and I want to do it routinely and I want to do it consistently, at least 3 times a week is when I started off. Well, sometimes I would miss, and so it would be 2 times a week. So I always gave myself like, and even if I slacked off and had to start back, I'll always give myself one day a week more than I think I, can, just in case I slip up. If my goal is to do 3 days, I'll say I'm going to do it 4. If my goal is to do it 2 days, I'll say 3. So so that in case I miss, I've at least gotten 2 regardless. So my goal is 2, and I'll try and tell myself, well, I'm going to do 3 days. And so I try to definitely make sure that I hit the 2 days, and then the next week, you know, those are times where I've like taken off and just kind of slacked off when I used to slack off like that. And then, to get back into the rhythm of it. Because to be honest, it's almost like riding a bike. Even if you've taken off, if you haven't exercised in like 6 months, you know, you may be a little tired at first, but then it's just something about it that makes you want to keep going. Sonya said she ends up doing an hour. And that's good, Swoop. That is great. Taking steps instead of the elevator or the escalator. And also, when you're going to grocery shop, instead of trying to find the nearest part to the door, go ahead and park far up the hill or far back. It doesn't really have to be a hill. Most Walmarts have like gas station pumps, and so they're kind of a little bit of a distance off from the store. So go ahead and park close to the end of the parking lot. Yeah, park close to the end of the parking lot, and then walk. So like I say, you don't have to run a marathon. Just do, small things like that can help people get started who want to get on an exercise journey, but keep saying they don't have time or they don't feel like it. Park all the way to the end of the parking lot and walk. And you don't have to try. You don't have to, but try to have at least a brisk walk. A brisk walk. Move your arms. That helps as well. So try to at least have a brisk walk. And take the stairs, like Snoop said, like Swoop said. I'm sorry, I said Snoop. Like Swoop said, take the stairs when you can instead of the elevator or the escalator. Um, a good way to do squats, if you want to do 3 sets of squats a day, every time you use the restroom, before you leave the restroom, do 12 squats. You're going to at least go to the restroom about 3 times a day. So if you do 12 squats every time you go to the restroom, that's 36 right there. So you only need to do one more full set plus 2. One more full set plus 2. If you hand wash dishes like I do, I still hand wash dishes. I feel like that's just the cleanest for me. While you're standing there washing dishes, do some calf raises. You can stretch your calves and then do some calf raises. Just go up on your toe and down, up on your toes and down, up on your toes and down. Do that like 24 times, 3 times. A good time to do it is if you do wash dishes. Another time to do it, stretch when you get out of bed. It's definitely good to stretch when you get out of bed. You can actually start stretching while you're still in bed. Just flex, just flex those ankles, you know, flex those wrists while you're laying there, taking that minute or two to get up. Y'all know sometimes it takes us a minute or two to get up. And while you're there getting yourself prepared mentally to get up, do that. And then you can even do some leg raises. Now, doing it on the bed isn't really proper technique, but it's not going to hurt you unless your bed is just really, really soft. It'll just kind of help loosen things up. And when you get up, go ahead and do some good old solid stretches. And while you're brushing your teeth, you can do calf raises. While you're washing your face, you can do calf raises. That's 2 sets. And you get ready to leave out of the bathroom, say, hey, let's get one more. And then stretch so that they won't be sore. Hey, Cooks with Love. You hand wash dishes too, Swoop? Yes. To me, hand washing is, I don't know. I've had dishwashers for nothing. Like, I don't use them because when I have tried to use them, or when I've used them, it's like the dishes get clean, but I'm the type, I don't like anything on my dishes. And sometimes it's like I feel like, why put them in here and waste this water when I have to wash a couple of them again? Because sometimes, especially if it's something that you need to soak a little bit, I'm like, just go ahead and soak it and just wash dishes. Hey, Cooks with Love. Hey, everyone. Blessings of love. Blessings of love to you, Cooks. How you doing? How you doing? How have you been doing? How has your week been, Cooks? It's almost hump day. Y'all, okay, I've been on here for what, 22 minutes, right? And I'm going to rebuke this. I know I'm saying it. I probably shouldn't be saying it, but I haven't had an encounter with a mosquito. I've been putting it on my insect repellent, and still one or two will get me. So even though I'm saying it, I probably shouldn't be saying it, but we're going to rebuke that. We're going to rebuke these insects. We're going to rebuke these mosquitoes. Cooks and Soup, if y'all saw me yesterday, y'all, I was running from a puppy. He was vicious. He was vicious. He was angry and aggressive. and and the funny thing about that, Sonya, if you're still on here, I had Mace. But I did not. I had Mace too. And I didn't think about that till like later on that night. And I was like, well, I didn't want to kick him. And my mind just didn't go to the Mace. And to be honest, I wouldn't have wanted to have maced him either. I wouldn't have wanted to have maced him. Don't say it. I know, right, Sonya? I'm sitting up here saying it, talking about I'm gonna have to rebuke it. So says you basically wash them before you put them in the dishwasher. Right. So that's why I'm like, I just might as well wash them. Because if I gotta soak some of them, or if I tend to wash them before I put them in the dishwasher, I mean, just wash them good. That's what I grew up doing. That's what I grew up doing. Okay, Sonya, girl, I was like, my daughter said, Mama, you want to take the taser with you? I said, no. I'm like, I didn't even think to use the mace, but I really didn't want to mace him because I thought he belonged to those people. I wasn't going to let him bite me. So the first thing came to my mind was to kind of kick at him a little bit, and he was still coming. I was like, Lord, I do not want to kick this dog for real. Like, I don't want to kick him hard. I'm like, well, you get people to fuss at you for kicking the dog. I'm like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to let him bite you? Shoot. When dogs attack. And the little ones, I mean, the big ones are ferocious because they're strong. They'll jump on up on you. And dogs go for your neck. So they'll jump up on you. But the little ones, they're just as bad. They'll wear your ankles out. They will wear your ankles out. They sure will. It's getting darker. I intended to start a little bit earlier because I could see it getting darker. Because this is what, mid-July. So yeah, I think the longest day is the first day of summer. As far as like it being daylight, I think the longest day of the summer is typically the first day or around the first day of summer. So now it's starting to get dark just a tinge earlier. Not much, just a tinge. Sonny says the little ones are worse than the big dogs. I know they get so angry and they don't stop. Oh my God, they don't stop. I was working one day. I was young. I was young. I think I was delivering pizzas. Me and this lady were delivering pizzas, y'all. And she was used to this particular house. I wasn't. So we got a call and so we went to deliver the pizza. And when she got out, y'all, she was on the driver's side, I was on the passenger side. And guess what? I never did get out of that car. When I tell y'all that dog looked like a horse, y'all, the dog ran out of the owner's home because he had his door open. He jumped up on her and she was just petting him and stuff. And she was like, oh, baby. And I was like, oh, no, hell. I was like, hey, Juicy Jack. Hey, Lunch Fry. Hey, Juicy Jack. How are you? Welcome to the live. Yeah, that dog was so big. He looked like a miniature horse. He was taller than she was. He was he wasn't shorter. He was either her height or taller. Because I was just yeah, he was her height. Because when he jumped up on her, he put both paws on each shoulder and he was just kind of face to face with her, licking her. And I was like, I didn't know what he was gonna do because I had never been there before. And she was like, oh, he's a big baby. And she was like, get down, get down. And I'm like, you talking about he's a big baby. You talking about get down. And you trying to hold a piece in one hand. And he's about to pull you down. Yeah, he was about to pull her down because I'm sure he weighed more than she did. Easily. Um, they were just the same height when he raced up on her. She was like, come on. I was like, all you doing is delivering it. I'm like, She was like, well, you better come on because when you're by yourself, it's gonna probably be dogs. And I was like, well, if their door is open or if I see any dogs, I'm calling back and telling them they need to come and they need to call them so that they can come pick their pizza up at the car. Girl, y'all, safe to say I didn't have that job long. I'm not fooling with anybody's pet because some people don't know their own pets. some some pets turn on their owners. Juicy Jack says, I would be mad at the owner. Right. Why would you exactly? Why would you let him out? You know that you're expecting pizza delivery. Why would you let him out? Because just because he knows one deliverer doesn't mean he's gonna will know them all. And it doesn't mean that everybody is a dog person. You know, you can be a dog person, but if that dog is new to you, then he'll bite. Dogs bite. They do bite. That's not a myth. They do bite. And what's strange to me is that I love puppies now, and I like certain dogs. But what I don't like is when owners try to make excuses to justify dog bites. Like, I heard a person once say, well, she scared him. I'm like, okay, he scared her. The heck? She scared him. Well, he scared her. They don't know each other. But guess what? He's the stronger, more aggressive one. He's the one that can attack. She can't attack him. And then if you defend yourself, they want to say you attacked their pet. No, your pet was about to attack me. I mean, what's a person to do? Are you supposed to just stand there and let them? So that's why yesterday those kids were out there and I was like, I don't want to kick y'all dog, but I was like, is it yours? Get him. Because he licked snapped at my feet, my shoe, my strings. So he didn't but what if he had caught my foot or my ankle? I'm like, oh, you better get your dog. Because at that point it would have been best off. I'm jumping around, trying to dart around, and he ain't caring. So I haven't seen him today. So the jury's still out. I don't know if he's there, and she was saying that he wasn't, or maybe he was a stray, like she said. Juicy Jack said, "Sorry, I like none of them." Exactly, Swoop. A dog is an animal. A dog is an animal, and animals go into attack mode. Um, a lot of times, I've even heard people say, like when they've attacked kids or toddlers and stuff, babies, they're like, "Well, the baby did this, or the kid did this or that." Um, I've always been taught, and I haven't owned many dogs, but I've owned some. And sometimes I watch dogs for, friends and stuff. I've always been taught that you should always, always watch them around children because they see children as like competition sometimes because they're kind of eye to eye, you know, and a child doesn't know what's going on, but a dog can see a child as yes, very unpredictable. Yes, very unpredictable. A dog can see a child as competition or, you know, like an enemy, and they want to fight them. So yeah, don't blame somebody for your pet's actions. Watch your pet. Watch your pet around children and around adults as well. Hi, Curtis Stewart. Welcome to the live. Let's see, he says some dogs wag their tail, and when you try to pet them, it will try to bite you. Right. Don't underestimate any animal. Absolutely. Absolutely. They'll wag their tails, and you're thinking they're being friendly, and they will. They'll attack you. They sure will. I don't underestimate any dog, small, medium, or large. I just don't. They're very unpredictable. Very, very, very. Now, are there some breeds that are more friendly than most? Yes. Labs are friendly, but guess what? And they're good with children, but they're still dogs. I have friends who, since they brought their babies home, they've allowed their dogs to like lay with them, play with them, and that's all good. But when not a newborn, I just can't see myself letting any pet close to my newborn. But people do it. People do it. Thank you, Sonia. Yes, 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 yes. Please thumbs up this live if you don't mind. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you come through here and checked out this video, I hope you liked it. It's trying to have positive vibes over here. Positive, positive, positive vibes. So even if you don't like the content, we're trying to be positive. So always try your best to support positive content or positive content creators. Try, because things are usually harder for them when it comes to subscribers and watch hours and things like that. Try to support them as well because positive content creators are really just here to try to, get your mind off of the day-to-day things that may have gotten on your nerves. You can come here and chit chat and talk. Like I always say, drop nuggets in the chat, pick up some nuggets. Any information in this video is not meant to be professional advice. We're just sharing things that works for us in hopes that maybe those things can work for some of you all if you try them. So we're dropping nuggets and we're picking up nuggets that each of you leave. Curtis says, man, look here. When I was maybe 8 years old, a lab. See what I'm talking about? And I'm like, they claim that that's one of the most friendliest dogs, one of the friendlier dogs when it comes to children. But a dog is a dog. Like Swoop said, a dog is an animal. Who said that? Swoop or Sonya? A dog is an animal. So never underestimate any of them at all. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't do well with them. My channel is a shorts channel, and I like wildlife. I like wild animals, but guess what? I don't have to really deal with those. They don't roam the streets. Yeah, they don't roam the streets like cats and dogs. Like I was saying yesterday, I love iguanas. I love, love, love iguanas. Um, but not, I don't like little reptiles. I don't. I don't like the little reptiles, but I love iguanas. Curtis says the guy was kidding. But that dog ran at me and bit me. See? And I bet you did he try to make an excuse, Curtis, if you're still here? Did he try to say it was your fault? Or did he try to make some type of justification as to why that dog bit you? Because people do that. They really do. They try to justify it in some way. And it's not like they're saying, oh, they're glad that the dog bit you, but they're just trying to demean their responsibility. They're trying to diminish their responsibility. No, watch your pets, watch your animals. So I think how long? Oh, it's been 36 minutes. Y'all know this cool down always turns into like 30 something minutes plus. So I'm about done, but we can still chit chat for a few minutes. So I hope you guys have been having a great week. Again, y'all know I wish all of you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And anywhere you have chaos and negativity, you don't prosper. Get out of there because you don't prosper in those environments. If it's a negative, chaotic environment, you don't prosper. So leave that alone. Leave that alone. Don't let bothered people bother you. And don't y'all bother anybody. Don't let bothered people bother you. And don't you guys bother anybody. But I know you guys won't because everybody's usually positive over here. And that's what I like about it. See, so we just gave the lab a little bit of credit for being one of the friendlier dogs. And Curtis was right there to tell us that he was bitten by one. See, he was bitten by one. So you never underestimate any of them. I don't care. I don't care what kind it is. And people always try to make excuses for what their animals do. Like, no, you have to take accountability. That's what's wrong with people. They don't want to take accountability because then they'll have to take accountability for what they did or what they didn't do. They feel like, I mean, if you did it, you did it. If you allowed it, you allowed it. You have to be accountable for your actions, for your children's actions, and for your pets' actions. You have to be. People don't like to be though. They don't like to be. I don't know. I guess it's just it's a human response, but it's not a positive human response, right? It's not a positive human response at all. It really isn't. Uh, Swoop says, always lovely hearing you speak. Oh, I appreciate that, Swoop. Thank you so much. And you know what? I haven't been over to check you out, Swoop, and I think I don't know. I have to go back. I'm going to make it a point too because whenever, especially when people support me. Now, anybody I subscribe to, I try to check them out. But y'all, when we subscribe to so many people, I think it's kind of hard. I don't know for them to let us know or send a notification for everybody, and then they will sometimes they will actually unsubscribe you. I noticed that like a couple of weeks ago, I was unsubscribed from a couple of people that I didn't unsubscribe from. So I'm gonna have to go over there, Swoop, and tap the notification bell, make sure that it's still on, and get all your notifications. And check you out and leave a comment. And when you go live, support you because I support people who don't support me because I just feel like if you send it out, you'll get it back. You don't necessarily have to get it back from those you support, but it is nice to support people that you see that come along and support you. It really is. Curtis says, I'm 49 now. So 41. Oh, that was 41 years ago. Okay. He said, nah, he was in his upper teens. Okay, but he was just like skid him. And he didn't think the dog would have done it. Oh, I got you. He was okay. Okay. He didn't think he was going to do it, so he was playing around. You did say that. Still got that scar faintly. Wow. Wow. So you definitely know. Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind it is. Yes, they do. So they'll unsubscribe you, and I'm like, why? I don't understand why. Um, it don't that That doesn't make any sense. Like, but I feel like if you're subscribed, because a lot of times they say, well, they unsubscribe from you because you don't, I guess, visit that person a lot. But that's what the notifications are for. If you're not getting the notifications, you're probably not going to visit them. Yes, when you haven't seen someone in a while, you'll try to run by and check them out. But sometimes, just in support of each other, we're subscribed to so many people that you miss people, that you'll miss a few. You'll miss checking them out. And it's like you have to remind yourself. But even when you remind yourself, a lot of times you have so much going on that you still don't get everybody that you haven't seen. If that makes sense. Sometimes you still don't catch everybody that you haven't seen. So that's why I have to but I do notice though that if I see someone in my chat and I'm like, I haven't been there, like I'm not, like I always talk about it, owning your own flaws. And to me, it's not really a flaw. It's just like, okay, Swoop has been in my chat and I hadn't been over there. So I need to go check and see why. Because if I get the notification, I'm gonna come, even if I just leave a comment saying catching a replay or just stopping by to say, hey, if I can't hang out for a minute, I'm going to say something because that's what it's all about. It's about supporting each other and it's about supporting positive content because I really do, see and realize that a lot of times people who, do positive content, they don't get as much support. So that being said, I'm going to see you guys later. I'm going to get out of these clothes, take a shower, and I will see you guys tomorrow, most likely around the same time. So I will see you guys tomorrow. If you aren't busy or doing anything, come and join me, please, if you don't mind. So I'm gonna go get out of these clothes, like I said, take a shower, and I'm going to make the rounds. I'm gonna definitely stop by Swoop's house. And Curtis, thank you for coming through here. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. Tap my doorbell so that I can let you in. Come on in, come on in. I ain't gotta let you in, you're already in. So I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Curtis said, I'm gone, girl. Thanks for having me. Bye. Sonya says, okay, less than 15 minutes left on my treadmill. Good night. Okay. So you're gonna hit the hour mark, Sonya? That's good. Cooks says, have a good night. Have a great night, everyone. Blessings of love. Blessings of love to you, Cooks. And I'm gonna come over there and check you out. And I'm gonna see if there's anything going on that I can share out. Even if it's something old, I'm just gonna share you guys out. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.